Alright, here we go. Number 1, the strange urge to jump off a cliff. You're standing on the 20th floor, cool breeze, city lights shimmering, just wanting to take a deep breath to feel alive. Then suddenly your brain barges in like a toxic friend and whispers, "Hey, what if you jumped? Could be fun." You freeze, shaking, wondering if you secretly want to die without knowing it. The good news is no, you're completely normal. This is a psychological glitch called the call of the void. Sounds like a Marvel movie trailer, but it's just your brain throwing an error. When you're in a dangerous spot, your survival system screams step back before you die. But instead of keeping it simple, it glitches like a broken Siri, turning "don't fall" into "what if you fell." It's an autocorrect fail with lethal vibes. Ironically, people who have this thought are usually the least likely to act on it. It's more like your brain's security system running a test, overdoing the alert. So if you've ever stood on a cliff and suddenly wanted to dive off, remember you're not crazy. It's just your brain giving itself a dumb little high five. Number 2, thinking everyone is staring at the pimple on your face. You wake up, look in the mirror, and there it is, a red zit on your forehead the size of a traffic light. Step outside and suddenly you're convinced every pair of eyes is glued to it like it's the star of the meeting. This is the spotlight effect, a brain glitch where you assume you matter way more in other people's eyes than you actually do. Psychologists tested it by making students wear a huge Barry Manilow t-shirt into a room. Those wearing it thought half the people would notice, but in reality only a quarter did, and that was a full-blown outfit disaster, while a zit is just a tiny dot. The truth is, everyone's too busy worrying about their own spotlight like a rumbling stomach in the middle of a meeting or that piece of spinach stuck in their teeth. Social media makes it worse, with timelines full of wax doll skin and fake perfection, but behind the filters, they're covering zits, popping pimples, or photoshopping just as hard. So next time you think the whole office is live streaming the zit on your forehead, remember everyone else is too caught up with their own little embarrassments to direct the movie of your face. Number 3, feeling like a fraud. You might land a promotion, crush a big project, or get showered with praise, yet the voice in your head whispers it was just luck and you're not really that good. This is imposter syndrome, a bizarre mental prank that more than 70% of people go through, meaning in a meeting of 10, 7 are silently terrified of being exposed as fakes. Even Albert Einstein, the man who rewrote the laws of physics, admitted he sometimes felt like an imposter. The brain runs on backward logic here. The more you achieve, the more it suspects you're guilty of fraud, as if success itself is incriminating evidence. So you work twice as hard to prove yourself, succeed again, and instead of enjoying it, you think you've just pulled off another con. The irony? Real frauds never worry about this. They're too busy live streaming flat earth rants or selling get-rich-in-7 days courses. So if you've ever felt like a fake, remember the very fact that you're worried proves you're not. You're just a real person, stuck in one of the brain's cruelest little jokes. Number 4, thinking everyone else is having more fun. It's Friday night and you're in old pajamas eating cold pizza while scrolling. Your feed looks like a highlight reel of paradise. Mike skydiving in Hawaii, Sarah sipping cocktails on a rooftop in New York, Dave swimming with dolphins in Dubai. You glance at your pizza slice with half the toppings fallen off and feel like the most boring human alive. This is FOMO, the fear of missing out, your brain's ancient tribal alarm. Back then, if the group feasted while you were left behind, you might starve or get eaten by lions. Today there are no lions, but your stress hormones still flood every time someone posts a beach selfie. Studies even show people leave parties early to chase another event that looks better online, spending more time stuck in traffic than actually celebrating. It's like going to a concert but filming the whole show. You can prove you were there but never really lived it. What social media hides are the mosquito bites, the traffic jams, and the 90% of people also glued to their phones. The joke? Somewhere out there, someone is staring at your beach pic from 3 years ago thinking you have the dream life while you're actually 4 episodes deep into a Netflix binge. Number 5, the secret joy when others fail. Every so often you catch yourself smirking when a smug coworker spills coffee on their crisp white shirt or when an influencer faceplants mid-yoga pose. That little spark of delight has a fancy German name, schadenfreude, pleasure at someone else's misfortune. It sounds cruel, but it's universal. The Japanese once compared it to honey, the ancient Greeks celebrated it when arrogance was punished, and modern neuroscience shows your brain lights up more watching a rival's team miss a goal than when your own team scores. It's like your brain is wired to cheer for cosmic justice. The mighty should stumble, if only to remind us they're human. In today's world, social media has turned this into an entire entertainment industry. Fail compilations rack up millions of views, proof that people everywhere sip schadenfreude like morning coffee. Sure, it comes with a twinge of guilt. Laughing at others' pain feels morally iffy, but it also softens the blow of our own failures. Seeing someone else trip, fumble, or flop reminds us that imperfection is the most human trait of all, and suddenly our own mistakes don't feel quite so crushing. Number 6. Memories are always prettier than reality. Think back to your childhood summers and your mind paints them like a golden commercial. Endless sunshine, cicadas singing, popsicles that never melted, Christmas mornings glowing like Hollywood movies. But that's not memory, that's rosy retrospection, the brain's habit of slapping pink-tinted filters over the past. It edits like a lazy director, keeping the highlight reel and cutting the bloopers. That beach trip at age 12? In your head it's all sandcastles and strawberry ice cream, but reality was sunburns, sibling fights, and a nasty rash from poison ivy. Music works the same way. People swear songs used to be better, but they've conveniently forgotten the cringe-worthy hits that once ruled the radio. Even the junker car you cursed for breaking down weekly transforms into a cherished relic in hindsight. The trick is, your brain isn't just deleting the bad sometimes, it invents good parts that never existed. And it's happening right now. A decade from today, you'll probably look back and sigh about how these were the golden years, ignoring the fact that present you is sitting in pajamas eating cold pizza. Memory is less a diary and more a bad Hollywood remake, with a soft filter and a feel-good soundtrack designed to sell nostalgia tickets to your future self. Number 7. Existential crisis from tiny triggers. You might just be brushing your teeth, rinsing dishes, or picking out bread at the grocery store, when suddenly your brain shifts into philosopher mode. Who am I? Why am I here? Does life mean anything, or is this all just a demo version with no instruction manual? That spiral has a name: existential dread. It's the glitch that happens when you realize you're just a lump of consciousness steering a meat suit on a rock hurling through endless space. The human brain is smart enough to ask the big questions, but dumb enough to freeze when it can't compute the answers, which is why you're staring at the bread aisle wondering if choosing whole wheat instead of multigrain could alter the fate of humanity. European philosophers once brooded over this in smoky Paris cafes, filling notebooks with thoughts on absurdity, while you stand in Walmart with a cart full of chips having the same crisis. The irony is that awareness is both a privilege and a curse. Congratulations, you got the upgrade package, but it came bundled with anxiety about existence. So the next time cosmic dread sucker punches you mid-toothbrush, remember, it's just your brain showing off that it's too clever to stay quiet, and in the grand scheme, you're still just a biological puppet complaining into the void. Number 8. Jealousy when others have what you want. You're scrolling through social media and see someone landing their dream job, showing off a new house, or flexing their third vacation this year, and suddenly you're wishing they'd step on a Lego. They didn't actually wrong you, they just have something you crave, and your brain reacts like they stole your last piece of meat. That reflex is ancient in tribal days. If someone hogged the mammoth, you might starve. Today there's no mammoth. But the same envy spikes when a coworker gets a raise while you're still living on instant noodles. To protect your ego, the brain spins stories. Their success is just luck, or maybe they're secretly miserable in private. It's a mental trick that turns others into villains just because they own what you don't. The danger is that the more you stew in envy, the less likely you are to move forward. It's like drinking poison and waiting for someone else to die, or glaring at a marathon runner while you're still on the couch eating chips. Every minute spent resenting is a minute stolen from action that could actually close the gap. Number 9. Wanting to crush cuteness. You spot a chubby puppy with floppy Disney ears and sparkling eyes. Logic says you should cuddle it, but your brain whispers the bizarre urge to squeeze it until it pops like a balloon. Relax, you're not a hidden puppy villain. This is something scientists call cute aggression, where your brain gets flooded with so much feel-good chemistry that it throws in a fake, aggressive impulse just to keep balance. It's like laughing so hard you start crying a system reset. Some researchers think it once had survival value. If our ancestors were too mesmerized by how cute their babies were, they might forget to actually take care of them. So the brain tossed in a sharp jolt of mock aggression to snap focus back. Studies even show that the people who feel this the most also have stronger nurturing activity in the brain. The more you want to squish, the more you actually want to protect. So if you've ever wanted to nibble a baby's cheek or squeeze a kitten a little too tightly, it's not a sign you're applying for a Disney villain role. It's just your brain tripping on dopamine and pulling the emergency brake in the weirdest way possible. That's all for today. Comment the one that fooled you the longest and subscribe if you want more brain bugs explained.